come to budding. Bud is just an outgrowth from the body and separates to form new organism. It is just an outgrowth from the body and separates to form new organism. Types of buds: external, internal budding. External budding is also called exogenous. Internal budding is called endogenous. External budding occurs in yeast, cycon, hydra, etc. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. Internal budding occurs in spongilla, that is inside the body, and many marine sponges which are found in seawater. Spongilla is a freshwater sponge. Now we come to external budding in yeast. This is a yeast cell. An outgrowth is formed from here. The nucleus divides and part of nucleus comes here after division. Then this bud it separates to form the new organism, new yeast cell. Sometimes the yeast these buds may remain attached to the parental cell, and the process continues to form a pseudomycelium. And it is also called Trodula stage. Trodula is a genus. From that it is called, because it resembles that Trodula, it is called Trodula stage. And method is called torulation. Turulation. Again understand. External budding in yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. Rest of the fungi, they are multicellular, but yeast is the exceptional case. In yeast, an outgrowth arises, the nucleus divides. After division, nucleus comes here in the outgrowth. It also gets cytoplasm. Then it separates to form the new yeast cell. But sometimes these buds remain attached to the parental cell, and from them further buds arise, and that is called pseudomycelium or a Trodula stage. Trodula resembles a genus. That by this is called Trodula stage, and the method is called torulation. Turulation. This is external budding in yeast. External budding in cycon. Cycon is a sponge found in seawater. In case of cycon, an outgrowth arises from the body. This outgrowth is called bud. It separates to form the new cycon, or may remain attached to form a colony. But external budding in hydra, in this case, an outgrowth arises. It is called bud. The bud separates and forms new hydra. Again, in cycon, an outgrowth arises from the base of the body. This outgrowth is called bud. It separates from here and forms new cycon. But sometimes it remains attached to the parent body and may form a colony. In hydra, an outgrowth arises and this outgrowth gets mouth and tentacles. It arises, it separates from the parent body and forms new hydra. This is the external budding in hydra. Are internal buds in spongilla. The process of formation of gammules is called gammation. Gammules are formed in unfavorable conditions. They are meant to tolerate unfavorable conditions. In the formation of gammules, mass of archaeocytes or stem cells or undifferentiated cells assemble at some places inside the spongilla. These archaeocytes are surrounded by outer and inner membrane, outer membrane, inner membrane. Between the two there is a gelatinous material supported by spicules, maybe monoaxon or triaxon spicules. Spicules are skeletal structure in sponges. In unfavorable condition, complete sponge dies, but gammules are left. On the return of favorable condition, archaeocytes, which are undifferentiated cells or stem cells, come out through micropyle and form new sponge. Once again, gammules are the internal buds in spongilla. It is a freshwater sponge, as well as they are found in many other marine sponges, just as Euspongia. Formation of gammules is called gammation. Mass of archaeocytes or stem cells assemble. These archaeocytes are surrounded by outer and inner membrane. Between the two membranes there is a protective gelatinous material supported by monoaxon or triaxon spicules. In unfavorable conditions, complete sponge dies, gammules are left. On the return of favorable conditions, mass of archaeocytes come out and form the new sponge. Once again, gammules are internal buds, and process of formation of gammules is called gammation. Mass of archaeocytes assemble at certain places inside the sponge, maybe spongilla or Euspongia or many other marine sponges. These archaeocytes are surrounded by outer and inner membrane. Between the two there is a protective layer called of gelatinous material. It is supported by monoaxon and in some cases triaxon spicules. In unfavorable conditions, complete sponge dies, gammules are left. On the return of favorable conditions, archaeocytes come out through micropyle and form the new sponge.